Oh, we are live right now. Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTube. Good morning. My name is Camila. I am here with Francine and Rodrigo. I'm going to be the host from today immersion. Just a short explanation for those who don't know what is Talk and Talk, to what we are doing here. Talk and Talk is a language conversation platform. In here, you can find the conversations in English, Spanish, French, Italian, and Mandarin also. And just to explain, guys, I'm not a teacher. I am a student as you, and I am here to improve my English skills. And the Talk and Talk is a safe place. You can learn without any worries about your mistakes. You can learn, put in practice your English. You can learn from the others' way to speak. So I'm not here to teach anyone. This is not a grammar class as usual. This is only a natural environment that we can speak in English without any words, just put in practice, okay? And here in Talk and Talk, we always start with the presentations. So I'm gonna ask you, Rodrigo, could you please introduce yourself?
Yes, sir. I'm Rodrigo. I am 39 years old. I was born in Tuverava, São Paulo, state of São Paulo, and I have been living in Franca, state of São Paulo too, near Ribeirão Preto. I have been married and we have two daughters. I graduated with a degree information system from the University of Franca 9 years ago. I have been working as a data engineer in a big tech company in the retail sector, where I have been working for 13 years. In my free time, I like to play with my daughters. I like to go out in other places with my family, go travel. I love beaching. I love travel. My family too. I like making barbecue and drinking beer too in my free time. I like reading some books. I like watching TV series and movies too. And I think that's it.
Thank you, Rodrigo. Nice to meet you. It's the first time that we are here together, so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Thank you, Rodrigo. And how about you, Francine? Could you please introduce yourself?
Yes, of course. My name is Francine, and I live in Curitiba for 6 years, but I'm from Minas Gerais, a city called Governador Valadares. I'm 34 years old, and the next month I will complete 35. And I graduated in tourism, and but I migrate of career for digital marketing, and after that I migrate again for data field. So I'm work with analytics engineer in Grupo Boticário, and I'm married. I have a pet, one dog, and in my free time I like ride bike and watch movies and TV series, go out with friends, and that's it.
Nice, Francine. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to me. This is the first time that we are together. And I love Curitiba, but I live in São Paulo. And I think there is a big factor from Boticário in Curitiba, right?
Yes.
Oh, nice. I love Curitiba. So thank you very much, Francine. So, guys, my name is Camila. I am 40 years old. I live in São Paulo, capital, and I've been here in Talk and Talk since April from this year. I decided to enjoy Talk and Talk as a speaker, just to know how it works. And in July, I decided to become a host. It's another level of challenge for me because we need to develop the topics and try to improve the leadership together. So this is for me it's important. Let me see what else. I work as accountant in an energy company. What else? I love to be here to practice language. I know a little bit about Spanish. I studied Spanish when I was a teenager. Before I studied English, and I know a little bit about French, but not too much. And I am here just to put in practice, to make a contact with the language every day. I think it's really important. We can see in the video that make us, I don't know, smarter or not, but we are going to discuss that. Okay, guys. So as I said before, this is swelling schedule. This is not my time here on Talk and Talk. I am here to replace her, and I hope we can enjoy this conversation. Okay. So let's move on, guys. Question number 2. Francine, can you please answer, read and answer, please?
Yes. Do you speak more languages besides English? Which one? Uh, in college, I studied French and Spanish, but I don't continue. So
Mm-hmm.
I know about the basic, and I used to talk that I talk Portuñol because I can communicate in some way with other people. I already travel for Spain, and I have to talk Portuñol. So that's it.
Oh, nice. Good to know. I think I study Spanish and French in school. Was a public school as you or not? In your case, it
Yes,
was. Oh, yeah, nice. For me, it was the same. Was a public school, and I started to study Spanish when I was teenager. In that time, nice. Thank you, Francine. And you, Rodrigo, do you speak more languages besides English?
No, no.
No.
I
You
have
can
a
say
problem here.
Portuguese.
Yes, Portuguese is so.
Don't say
But
that.
I think it is. I don't speak in other languages for my I don't know maternal English. I try to learn English in the last of years, but in the past, because this I play video games or other things,
Oh,
I
yeah.
try to learning other languages, for example, Spanish or other languages, but I don't study, I don't try to learn it because this one goals and one ambitious, I think. But in the futures, I will intend learning other language, Spanish, and after other languages, for example, Italian too. But now I think in this English language is complex for me, and I don't try and joining other language in my routine in my mind because this I think in this I if I join other language in my routine, I think I stop in my mind. I crash in I think.
I know. I understand you. I was studying French here on Talk and Talk. We have the same. The first group to study French was last month, and I did it to give up because it was so overwhelming to me to try to study. I am here to improve English. This is my first goal, and I know a little bit about Spanish, but I don't know. I am not a host from Spanish. And when I decide to put French, became like English is my first goal, so I need to pay attention in English. So because of this, I decide to give up for a period of time about French. But I know this is good, not for career, not for that, but I think for our knowledge, when you can make your
Hmm.
brain working, I guess, right?
Yes, yes. I
I
think it
think.
is good idea in the future, but when I don't know when I began, I think in the level in English for I listen more well, I intend in determined terms. Okay, because this I
Mhm.
more easy, more better in my learning in English. I try to put in other English, but now I think in this is problem because this I have more difficulty in English, specifically listening and other things. When I
Okay.
put in other language, I have difficulty in reading and in listening and speaking in other things too. I'm more problem I will resolve for my life and for my other things. I think it is not so good now.
Yes, I think if you try to do many things together, you're not doing perfectly everyone, right? So it's like I don't know, this is even when we are working, you cannot make many texts together because you are, need to put attention one at time maybe to be better, right? Oh, well, I answered that question before we start to talk about this, but I started to study Spanish when I was a teenager, and I decided to change for English because for me English was important in that time about career and everything. But I always been in touch with Spanish. I know a little bit. I try. I had the opportunity to travel to Spain, as Francine said, and I went to Argentina. Um, and I am always trying to be in touch with Spanish. I cannot give up from the Spanish yet, but I think it's totally important. French,
I
maybe.
think.
I Go ahead. Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, no, go ahead.
I think the Spanish is more better, more easy in the learning, or no? Because this
Um,
word is more similar in the Portuguese. Is or
yeah.
no?
I think the grammar in Spain is a little bit confused sometimes. It's like in English. Sometimes grammar is not the best way, but we need to pass through this. But in Spanish, we had the luck to try to speak in Spanish sometimes because we know Portuguese. But if you try for real study Spanish, this need to be like English. Try to learn grammar like this, you know. So, but I love to study English, and Spanish is my okay. I am here. I can look it at you, but I don't forget you. We are together, I think. But I love guys. And how about the question number three, Rodrigo? Do you wanna read, please, and answer?
Yes, of course. What is your his reason for learning another language? Okay. First, my career, because this opening new opportunities for my career is data is or IT too. Is a lot of opportunities in other countries, working in Brazil, live in Brazil, working in other countries, to moving live in other cultures too. But it's I don't intend live in other countries because it's my family, other things. Uh, but I think it is work in other cultures and live in Brazil is a good idea because it's gain dollar, euro, and I think in this buying real, it's okay. It's a good idea for me. But I have a lot of thinkings too, good thinkings. For example, these technologies, tools, or other things I am working. This documentation, these books, these other thinkings, is starting in English. I today I work and I read in English this documentation, but I think in this a lot of videos or other materials in English. I think in this learning English helped me in my career, and I am more better working as IT, more better working in data, in the other things too. It's good for me. And more important, I try to learn English very well because my daughter. I have more difficulty learning English because this I start in I think in this 25 years. Yes, 35 years, more older. And I have difficulty because my life is more crazy. And my old daughter, see my my walking in learning English, uh, my I don't know desafios, and I I talking with her is do you start English now because it's more younger, more easy. She's studying in the school in the bilingual schools because this I try to learn it for the example for her your dad study English because it's more good, you open opportunities. You need to study English too because it's basic for the peoples in the futures. Now it's basic too. In the future, I think it is more basic. And because this, I thinking this learning English is more important for my life, professional life, and personal life too.
Yeah, I agree with you. I
I have
remember.
a
Go ahead, go ahead.
I have a dream in the study English. I talk with my I don't know therapy. When
Hmm.
I listen in one music in for the Eminem, I am
Oh my
intense
gosh.
a lot. And the start and end is the Eminem music. It's okay. My English is very good. Okay, my dream for English is this.
Oh my gosh, a high level of English. Emin is
Yes,
the, oh my gosh, really fast English.
yes. It's good.
Okay, okay, really nice. And how about you, Vresini? What is your reasons?
Okay, I always love it about language because I study tourism in
Oh
university.
yeah.
So I like culture, I like travel, and but my first reason now is improve my English for professional goals. In technology field, like Rodrigo said, he have a lot of opportunities.
Okay.
So for me, it's very important uh, get advanced or fluent English because I started study English as when I was teenager, 15 years old. So I
Okay.
studied for a period, after I stopped, and in the college I come back and I stopped. So now I have this goal. And in the 2 weeks ago, I think I did a English interview for a freelancer project, and I talked with the owner, and he is a Canadian.
Mm-hmm.
He's a Canadian, and he have a girlfriend that's Brazilian.
Oh.
So she, I can say, discover me in Instagram and talk to me for participate this interview. So I participate, and the next week I have to talk again. I have to talk. Yeah, I will talk again with the guy, and I think that's gonna be works. I think the I will can get the job. I think because he passed me one email yesterday, talking the role expect and the types
Mm.
of the contract that I have to sign for understand the rules and policies. So I'm I think it's gonna be right, but I don't know. And if this happen, so I have to study more and talk and practice. But he is very nice guy and understand my English is not so good, but um my main reason it's about professional
Oh,
goal.
nice. Good luck about your interview. And I think this is a spoiler, right? About the contract, about everything, and then you go like,
Yes, all
mm,
the rule for this, and he say he said that in the next week I will talk about if these documents, if I have a doubt, or because
mhm.
we talked 2 times, and the next week is the 30 time. So I don't
Okay.
know, but I'm confident.
We don't want to create, right, this kind of fake feeling like, I don't know. We are always thinking, I don't need to be so confident, but we are, in fact, right? And I think if you get this job, I think the only way to improve English is to put in practice. We cannot do it something different. Of course, we can study a grammar book or everything, but the only way to learn is when you put in practice. If you're watching a YouTube video for any kind of topic or subject, and this is the way that you can learn the structure, the way the guys are talking. If you're watching a movie and then you, oh, okay, I can't understand, I was not, and you can see how they are really speaking. So I guess it's the best way to learn and put in practice. And here on Talk and Talk, all every day that I see someone speaking in a different way, I can get this for me. Like I put some notes and I can try to use it because it's the better way to improve, I guess. Of course, we can spend years studying as we had the experience in school, but I think the only way to improve is when you go to practice. At least in your job, for example, if you are starting a company and then someone say to you, you need to click here in the bottom and here, but the only way that you can try to understand is when you go to do it, like not just seeing the other people doing the things. So here in Brazil, we have a huge group who doesn't speak in English. We are almost like luckier guys, but I know that this small part of Brazilians still need to improve, right? We always need to improve. And I think the only way is to be in the environment to study in English, watching some movies, try to watch it as you guys from IT area. I think you need to watch some videos, podcasts, I don't know, about your area. This makes easier to you, right? To be aware, to be confident, I guess. This is normal, I think. In my area, English is really hard. It's really hard because we have some terms, specific terms. And this try to say this at least in Portuguese. Can you imagine in English? So it's hard. But we are here to try, okay? We are still trying. My reasons to study other language, um, English is because career, and Spanish is like I don't want to give up about everything that I get until now. So I think I need to take these two languages together. It's important to me. And if I go and travel abroad, this makes me proud when you can talk with the other. This is so grateful. I don't know if you have this experience, but for me, it's so grateful when you can talk with the others or understand something in English or Spanish. For me, it's baby steps. You go to improving a little bit. Let's move on, guys. Your turn, Francini. Question number 4. Do you want to read and answer?
Okay. How difficult is it to learn another language? Um, I think it's difficult because you have to be patient and consistent. And for me, it's very difficult because I'm not a good person for memorize things. So we have to memorize new words, memorize um, grammar rules. I'm worse with
Oh,
this part. So uh, in English, it's difficult for me memorize the grammar rules and another language too. But I think the part of pronunciation, we have to listen and practice and talk and repeat and repeat. I'm not a patient person. So for me, it's very difficult. It's very hard. But I will superate this
yeah.
this, this thing. My first goal is learning English, but my next goal is learning Spanish because I like Spanish too.
Oh, nice, nice. I think every day you are here, for example, if you don't study English today, I think this day it's make your less from your goals. So you are every day you go to be in touch with the language. These baby steps is making you growing in your skills to build your goal to be fluent, maybe. So sometimes we are like, I don't want to talk today. I am make mistakes. I don't want anymore. But this makes us grow up in baby steps, in the little things, and
Yeah.
when you can see, you are like, oh my gosh, I'm speaking. So I think it's important to not give up about these little things, because the little things building a building thing, I guess, right?
Yes, there are days that I feel good because I think I speak well or better
Hmm.
than another day, but there are days that, oh my God, uh,
Yeah.
I speak so bad. It's very difficult this part.
Sometimes I feel the same here. Oh my gosh, my English is terrible today. What's happening? And then you go the next day, you said, oh my English is good today. What's happening? So I think we need to grow and to try. We are in a process, I guess. So this is the most important, right? Thank you, Francine. And how about you, Rodrigo? Is this difficult to you or not?
No, it's easy. It's very more.
No.
It's relaxed. I don't have problem. I speak it very well. It's, it's
Okay.
very difficult. It's
It's an
very difficult for
experiment
me.
to be a student, right? It's just an experiment. I'm not a
Yeah,
student. I'm just faking a
yes,
situation.
yes, yes.
Okay.
Uh, I see myself when the Francine is talking, because this I have more difficulty in another things about English. For example, I talked with Felipe in the last weekend, and the have specific immersion I enjoy. I talk it a lot. I use this term.
Mhm.
It's more better. I end in immersion. Whoa, I speak English very well. I so better. Wow. And then another immersions. I don't speak in never. I my English is wrong. I remember simple words. For example, I don't remember have. I don't remember. It's simple words. I think. I am bad. I don't speak very well. I stop in this because it's more bad. I tried. I talking with Philippe about this. I try to fight in my mind. I think it is two-person in my mind, and they fighting every day. I try to control this ring in this is war in my mind, because this I thinking, okay, do you need study English every day, enjoying immersion every day, and try to read or listen or watching some things in
Mhm.
English every day. But some days is more better, is good, is beautiful. Some day is wrong, is terrible. I try to don't stop it, because it's I do adults do that I need to do. I think it is. Do you need student? Okay, join immersion, read, and they try to other things in English. Okay, but is for me is very complex. And English, specific English, I think in this listing I have more difficult. I don't know, because this when you and other people talk with me, I I try to listen and the translator and the think in English for my response, my answer is terrible for my mind. But I try. It's okay. My English is step by step is more
Mhm.
better. I try to don't stop my learning English first. After I think in this changing more expression is changing more rules, and try to enjoy in myself and expression X or expression uh, X or I think in this
Yeah,
core and more
nice.
difficult.
Yes. But I think As you said, I think some days we are good, and maybe another days you are not so good. At least here, when I am a host, sometimes I feel like, oh my gosh, I was terrible today. But it's not about the language every time. Maybe you are doing other things. For example, if I am working and I decide to start my immersion, then your brain's like changing the mindset to start to think in English. And we live in Brazil, and we don't speak in English here. So we need to create an environment, for example, in your house or in your life, we need to put English in our daily routines. So if you start your day, instead of open global.com, you can open a website from news in English. This make everything different, I guess. You try to read the questions, the news in English in the website, and you try to. Sometimes it's difficult to read that, but I think you can make feel better. Well, not of course, it's not so fast, but I think we need to create an environment. Or if you go to watch some video in your lunchtime, you can put something in English that you like it or about your career. But I think it's a process. I had the experience to travel abroad maybe 6 years ago to study English. And when I come back, I decide to that I was okay in English. Oh, my English is good. I don't need to study. And I spent 2 years without speaking English. And when I come back, my English was terrible. Terrible, terrible, because I spent 2 years without study. So I lose everything that I develop in my exchange. So I don't have any doubt that speaking English every day is the only way to improve. You don't need to think like, oh, my English is good, because we are not native speakers. We know another language, right? So, and the a study language is more than just a study. We are talking about resilience, patience, other feelings that you need to deal with. It's hard to study English. Yes, grammar is a sucks. Yes, but you have your feelings about I'm not able to study. I'm not good enough. I cannot get a job. And you go like, oh my gosh. And this is the way that you need to control everything and try to improve it. Can you imagine this? It's so crazy, right, guys? But we are still trying. We are here. Please don't give up. I had this experience to give up and it was terrible for me. So please, guys, don't give up. I want to see you here. I am here almost every day. So I want to see you in another immersion here. But I guess it's the only way to improve, I guess. Let's see, guys. Next question. What is the best thing about learning another language? Best thing, okay? Your turn, Francine.
I think that the best thing is about communication with people
Mm,
around the world. For me, is I think is a person that speak English or another language is very smart. I believe that uh, because you have to learn the language and pass for this process, that difficult process. And like the video shows, you train your brain, you put this brain in activity.
mm-hmm.
So I think that the most important thing is about communication and understand music or TV series or movies. I think is the best part.
Yes, I agree with you. Maybe if you can watch in a movie that was not here in Brazil yet, but you can watch because you know English. And about the communication, at least even in Portuguese, sometimes it's difficult to communicate properly. Can you imagine in another language? We try to be the same, but it's not always possible, right? So I guess for me, it's like I can read different books. I can watch different TV shows because it's totally different from people here in Brazil. So you can get more content about everything in the world. I guess this is the grateful things, right? Thank you, Francine. And you, Rodrigo? Now, best thing, okay?
Yes, yes. Have best things in learning English. When I, for example, when I receive an email or I try to read in specific parts of the books or I listen the music in or watching specific video and I understand the expression or the listening the music and or the things. I me feel so good. I me feel always learning English. I'm
I
learning.
know English.
I know English. I know English. Oh, it's more good. And my daughter talked with me, Dad, what do you word specific word in English? I when I know it's good. Oh, my daughter, it's the specific word. What is expression in English? It's good. Uh, I think in this learning English is great, great is very great because it's do you for me. I am an older person. Okay, I have 39, but it's possible. I have more difficult, but I can talk in a lot of thinkings with a lot of person.
Hmm.
I have one teacher in the past when I studied English in the schools of the English. This specific teacher is talking with me. Please go ahead in the other countries because this your English is so good for travel. Do you
Hmm.
know vergonha? Do you use expression? It's not so good expression or correct expression for uh, this terms or for this phrase. Okay, but you can communicate. We can talk. It's so good. I am feel better when I talking the other people understand me. But I see, I understand, I want to improve my English because this my goals is working English. Then is people is use other terms. I understand terms, specific terms for my work, and okay,
Hmm.
I have it. I see this. I see. If I want to change my English more better. But I see. I feel very grateful, very better, very good when I listening or watching or reading specific term, and
Hmm.
I know this term. Your English is more better.
Yeah, I remember when you say that sometimes you forgot words. I had an immersion here and I forgot the word kitchen. I was like, I don't know how to say that. And then the guy said to me, you said kitchen? And then I was like, oh, yes. Because sometimes we forgot the easy words. If you don't use it, you forgot this, right? And I think you need to be proud of our improvements. I think every day you need to, every day that you study, because you decide to be here. This no one is obligating you. You decide to be here. So if you go and do what you decide to do, it's a proud movement, I think, right? Guys, I would like to
One
ask.
question.
Go ahead, Rodrigo.
Uh, First question. Haven't talking in other immersion. His name is Chris, and show me for study English. For
Hmm.
if in your routine, your shift routine, and you use study English for the hobby, and I have a hobby. Oh, what hobby? Study English. I think
Yeah.
in this a change in my mind I think this is good
Yes.
in trying to remind the other person because this when I think oh I have studied English every day because this I need this is more
Heavy.
complex. Yes, yes. But I think, oh, my hobby is study English. Okay, my hobby is go ahead
Mm-hmm.
in my hobby. I study English for a day. It's more good.
Yes, I decide to watch it at least 30 minutes in TV shows in English without subtitles every day. Every day I am doing this 30 minutes. It's not so difficult, but I am not only watching a TV show. I am studying. I am learning English. When I don't understand something, I try to go back and put the subtitles. Oh, okay, that's it. And go ahead. But I try every day to watch 30 minutes about English. Not about everything. Could be read a book, could be watching a video, and then there's like my relaxed time, but I am still studying. So I try. I watched some. I am watching The Walking Dead right now, totally in English. But I try to watch some old series that I had watched in Portuguese to make easier. But I think it's the only way to improve. If you push yourself in your in your, I don't know, and you're afraid, if you are afraid, you need to push yourself hard because you can go through this, I guess. Right? I think it's totally important. I would like to ask you something. What is your study routine for learning a language? About you, Francine. What is your study routine?
Um, Today, my nowadays, or currently, yeah, currently,
All the words.
uh, currently, my routine studies, it's not so organized, but I'm
Okay.
planning to. But I frequently, when I remember, I put podcast in English while
Mm,
I wash the dishes, and I use it to read uh, tech techy articles for
mm-hmm,
for my field, and this conversation. But
mm-hmm,
I'm planning yesterday for this week. Uh, I map all the questions that is available and try to answer
mm-hmm.
before. Um, Today I answer, I think, 4 or 5 questions,
Okay.
and I'm using a Grammarly
Oh,
extension
okay.
for while I write this correct me, so I gain, or I learn the grammar structure. So I have this plan. So I want to every day map this question and answer just for put these ideas here, but I don't read in this conversation. I just read these topics and
Mm-hmm.
try to talk that I'm learning. But how I said, I'm not good in memorize words.
Okay.
So, but I think it's a good way to learning mainly the grammar, because I don't like sit
Mm-hmm.
and today I will learn grammar and annotate. For me, it's boring. So I'm
Yeah.
trying to conduct, or try to lead this process like a natural process, like Rodrigo said, like a hobby. But I have goal to take conversation every day.
Yes, excellent, excellent. And how about you, Rodrigo? Your steady routine?
My routine is crazy. I try to enjoy an immersion every day. My goals, my daily goals, is enjoying an immersion first, because this I talk about Felipe and I see for my 2 months. I think in starting talking, this immersion is the game change, because this year stood okay, you are learning grammarly words okay, but in this immersion is game, because this do you know remember expression, Do you listen and thinking and answer a lot of thinkings other person? Do you try to, oh, okay, this question I answer this form, but this person is changing this question and
Yes.
this talking and joining other roles is crazy. uh, I try to enjoy an immersion every day. uh, I am doing it because this for uh, last last 2 months I I try to enjoy immersion every day. It's I am doing it, but I try to input in other thinkings for my improving my English. For example, I using Yanking for the flashcards.
I love
I put in
Anki.
the Yes, I put the terms or the words I am speaking wrong in a lot of thinkings. I try to study Anki every day too. I try to listen and read other thinkings, but my first join immersion. Okay, you have time a day, Anki. Have more time, try to watching and the listening and the reading other things, and then I'm more putting other things. But first, enjoy immersion.
No, nice, nice. I love Anki, as you said, Rodrigo. I am almost like you. I try everything that I am doing, I try to put English in this. If I go take a shower, I can put music to listen. If I go wash the dishes, as Francine said, I'm going to put a podcast. If I go to clean my house, I can put a long podcast to follow, and you go in normal way because you are create your environment. I am almost like you, Rodrigo. I'm a little bit crazy about English. But guys, unfortunately, we do not have too much time. I put the link here from this survey. I could spend more talking about this 1 more hour, but was so fast for me. So if you take a minute to answer, it's really important, not about for me or for Swelling improvement, but for the platform. So you can share your opinion, give your ideas. If you want to discuss about a specific topic, you can suggest. And do not worry, it's totally anonymous. So you can say if you like it or if you dislike something. And as was the first time with you too, guys, I would like to say a special thank you very much. Was a pleasure to me meet you here for the first time, and I hope see you soon. Okay, here in the platform. Thank you very much, guys. Have a great
Thank
Thank you,
Sunday.
guys.
you. Nice to meet
Thank
Have a
you.
you.
great